And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. We're getting there. So hit subscribe, watch, comment, keep the comments coming, and share with your friends because the stupidity never ends. Meanwhile, the first American Pope, yay, was finally elected yesterday, Robert Francis Prevost, who will now go by the name of Pope Leo XIV. And after some digging, it's come to light that the new Pope, not a fan of Trump and J.D. Vance. MAGA, of course, not thrilled about Pope Leo. Laura Loomer posted this. In it, she turns around and she goes, woke Marxist Pope. Seriously? No. Seriously? What a day yesterday. What a day when the Pope was finally announced. Again, this is what you get from Laura Loomer. Put it back up for a second. I mean, the best they can do, woke Marxist Pope. Amazing. Meanwhile, ACYN put together yesterday a compilation of how CNN, MSNBC, and Fox are reporting on the new Pope. Fox News seems to be silencing Catholics. Play the clip.
For the first time ever, a pope from Chicago, the first from the United States and only the second after Argentina's Pope Francis from the New World.
Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes, and we have a new pope. He's from Chicago. Yes, America. We have a pope named Bob, and he's a White Sox fan.
It wasn't a ghost. Joe Biden's back.
Yeah, I mean, literally silent. It's hard to imagine. Silent crickets. Meanwhile, Robert Barron, Bishop of the Diocese of Winona, Rochester in Minnesota, was appointed recently to the new White House Commission on Religious Liberty. He has been in the Vatican, and he told CBS, this is what he told them. He told them, Cardinal George of Chicago, of happy memory, was one of my great mentors. And he said, look, until America goes into political decline, there won't be an American Pope. And his point was, if America is kind of running the world politically, culturally, economically, they don't want America running the world religiously. So I think there's some truth to that. And we're such a superpower and so dominant, they don't want to give us also control over the church. You imagine this? But what would you expect coming out of this White House? Meanwhile, let's look at some of Pope Leo's tweets. Here is one. Get a load of this. Here's one from July of 2015. In it, it turns around and it says, Cardinal Dolan, why Donald Trump's anti-immigrant rhetoric is so problematic. This is from the new Pope. This is from Robert Prevost. Meanwhile, here's another one from January of 2017 on the refugee ban. In it, he turns around and he says, calling refugee bans a dark hour of U.S. history, Carte Blanche says, the world is watching as we abandon our commitment to American values. This guy's definitely not shy to speak his mind. I'll tell you that. Meanwhile, in February of this year, he went on and he even posted about J.D. Vance being wrong. In it, he turns around and he says, J.D. Vance is wrong. Jesus doesn't ask us to rank our love for others. Meanwhile, he goes ahead and in February, he also posted about Pope Francis and J.D. Vance. In it, he turns around and he says, Pope Francis's letter, J.D. Vance's Ordo Amoris, and what the gospel asks of all of us on immigration. Like I said, man is not shy to speak his mind. And most recently, last month, he retweeted a post about El Salvador. In it, he turns around and he writes, as Trump and Bukele use Oval to feds illicit deportation of a U.S. resident, once an undocked Salvadorian himself, now DCO Avilio asks, do you not see the suffering? Is your conscience not disturbed? How can you stay quiet? Amazing. Now, I want to show you what Trump posted after the new Pope was announced. And I will say, I assume he hadn't yet seen the Pope's social media history. In it, he turns around and he writes, "Congratulations to Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, who was just named Pope. It is such an honor to realize that he is the first American Pope. What excitement and what a great honor of our country. I look forward to meeting Pope Leo XIV. It will be a very meaningful moment." Yeah, chances are one of these enabler, sycophantic idiots, before you went ahead and you put out this post, knowing you didn't write that post, somebody could have easily gone and told you he's not a fan. Trump was also asked if he plans to meet the Pope. He claimed that they had already called him. Yeah, the Pope allegedly, or the Vatican, already called him because there wasn't enough going on there. Play the clip.
Are you planning to meet the Pope in the near future?
Mr. President.
They've already called. When is that? Do you have a time in mind?
They have already spoken to us. We'll see what happens. But again, to have the Pope from the United States of America, that's a great honor. That's a great honor.
It is a great honor. And by the way, I don't believe that the Vatican called within which to meet Trump as of yet. I just don't. Could I be wrong? Sure I could. Meanwhile, Will Cain spoke with Raymond Arroyo, who tried to downplay the Pope's tweet, saying Jesus would do the same. Play that clip.
I mean, when you look at his Twitter feed, you know, he was for open borders in the United States and kind of took pot shots at J.D. Vance and the Trump administration. But look, all popes are going to support migrants, support the poor, support peace. That is, their heart goes out to humanity. That's with the job. Jesus would do the same. I don't know if he'd get so political, and that they're going to have to be careful of. But
no, let me be very clear. All decent people, whether it's a pope, whether it's a rabbi, whether it's an imam, all of them want to have love and compassion and empathy. We only wish that the President of the United States would demonstrate some of those characteristics. Meanwhile, Cain and Arroyo also debated if the Pope would be woke. I can't believe that we're actually even engaging in this sort of conversation. They have to debate if the Pope is going to be woke. Play that clip.
This question, Raymond, based upon that important part of the papacy. And I ask this with a great amount of humility, Raymond, because I am not Catholic. And I understand that the Pope is selected and ordained by God. And it is not a political office. It's not the same thing as electing a United States senator. So in some ways, it's inappropriate to say, is he conservative? Is he liberal? But is he progressive in the vein of Pope Francis? That seems to be the great question. And I hear you saying the answer is yes. And why that matters is where he may stand and where he may lead his flock on issues as far and as wide as climate change, on DEI, on LGBTQ, on a whole host of issues. And we wonder, where will this new vision be for the Catholic Church?
Well, hope springs eternal, Will, even in the eternal city. And here's what I'd say. It's a mixed bag. The record is a mixed bag. But there are indications. When you saw the Pope come out today, okay, he was wearing the traditional mazzetto, that red garment, atop his white cassock. That's kind of a cry back to the past. That's a wink at tradition. So a lot of traditionalists and conservative people said, oh, look, he's dressing like a pope. We frankly haven't seen this in 12 years with Pope Francis. So maybe Leo will be, as he mentioned in his speech today, a bridge builder.
Yeah, I mean, for God's sakes, only on Fox News are they going to go ahead and make this into a political scenario. Is the Pope woke? I mean, holy shit. And I'm not Catholic either. I'm insulted for all Catholics. Meanwhile, I want to end on a clip of the Pope during his first address, as potentially he will try to become a bridge builder. Play that clip.
A humble and perseverant peace which comes from God, God who loves us all unconditionally. Let us keep in our ears the weak voice of Pope Francis that blesses Rome.
Il Papa che benediva Roma.
The Pope who blessed Rome gave his blessing to the world, to the entire world, that morning of Easter. Allow me to follow up on that blessing. God loves us. God loves everyone. Evil will not prevail. We are all in the hands of God.
Let me say this without getting religious and spiritual. Yes, humanity needs decency. We need bridge builders. And while I will acknowledge that the Pope is not political, he's religious, he's spiritual, wouldn't it be wonderful if the President of the United States, the leader of the free world, demonstrated some of that bridge building? Stop with the immigration nonsense. Stop with the divisive rhetoric. Stop with the economic bullying on the entire world, the cozying up to our adversaries and to the denigration of our allies. This is not the right thing to do under any circumstance. No matter how hard he tries, he can't just switch and become a bridge builder. I do truly hope that Trump and the Pope actually meet. And I do hope that maybe some of the good in Pope Leo rubs off on my old friend, because he today is legitimately the worst version of himself I've ever seen. This isn't even the Donald Trump that I remember going back to 2005, 2006 when we first met. It's just not. And as always, thanks for listening.
Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.